Many developer knows and loves .env files, and that's for a very good reason, because now your secrets live very close to your code base, where it belongs to, and you can easily add it as you would with any other files. But there is a major security concerns of .env files. Namely, you cannot push it to GitHub because it's not considered safe. For a public GitHub repository, it's obvious why. For a private GitHub repository, it's still not safe because GitHub just can have a data leak anytime and all your secrets are exposed now. So secrets needs to be handled with a little bit of more care than any other parts of your code. So what many developers end up doing is keeping a .env file locally for local development, quick iterations, and then syncing these secrets into another production environment. Now, the problem is you need to manually copy all these secrets, and what's worse is over time you need to maintain it. So if you change something in your local .env file, you need to remember to change it before you deploy it to production. This is not a very effective way to manage secrets. So that's why many services try to solve this. Until this point, I was using Doppler, which is an amazing technology, and how it works, it's in the cloud, in their own safe secret storage. They store your secrets, and you have integration to basically all technology you can imagine. Now, for me, the problem came when I moved all my projects from Vercel to a self-hosted environment, and I realized that I didn't have those Doppler syncing and integration features in a self-hosted environment as I would with Vercel. So I started to look for a better alternative, and I think I just found a better one. It's called dotenvx, and it's made by the same person who made the .env library. And most importantly, it fixes this major security flaw why we couldn't use .env files in production. So in this video, I will show you how to use dotenvx with your Next.js application, or in fact any other NPM application you can think of. I'm back in my editor, and as you can see, this is a simple Next.js app, and the only change I made is added this .env file with 2 secrets. What I would normally do is add the .env to my gitignore file, so I don't even accidentally push it to Git. It would look like this. But in this case, we want to push it to Git, but not in this form. What we want to do is encrypt these secrets, and to do so, first I will need to install the dotenvx package globally as a CLI, and also I will need to install it to this project specifically. After this done, I have the dotenvx CLI available in my terminal. So what I will do now is encrypt my .env file with dotenvx.encrypt. Oops. So as you can see, it's changed the content of my .env file. The keys remain the same, but it's changed it with an encrypted version of those secrets. So this file now, .env, is safe to push to GitHub. It also generated another file called dotenv.keys. In this file, dotenvx stores our private keys, which means our decryption keys. We don't want to push this file to GitHub. So what I will do is go to gitignore and just say dotenv.keys, because I will never want to push this file. This is just for me locally. So if you want to edit this encrypted .env file, what you can do is either dotenvx decrypt, and now it's decrypted. You make your edits. I want to delete this part, save it, and you just say encrypt again. To inject this .env file to a process, I can easily say dotenvx run -- and some command I want to use this secret set. So for now, I will just use the node REPL. And if I say process.env. What was the name? My secret. As you can see, it's injected correctly and decrypted this .env file. Now the cool thing, I can use this same command if I go to my package.json, remember we installed dotenvx as a dependency, so I can say dotenvx run and next.dev. What this will do is inject all these environment variables, decrypt them, and inject it to this next.dev process. I can add this to all my commands. Now I can demonstrate you, if I run npm run dev, it will successfully decrypt and inject the content of the .env file into my Next.js process. The question is, what do we need to do to make this work in production as well? It's very easy. You go to your .env.keys, copy this environment variable in your production environment. Doesn't matter if you use Vercel, a self-hosted environment, or anything else. You will be able to add a single environment variable. And if this is added, then dotenvx is smart enough to recognize this variable and use this variable to decrypt your .env file. In case you want to have a separate production and development environment secrets, what you can do is create a .env.development and a .env.production. So here I will add a test secret. This is prod, and here in development I will say dev. And what I will do now is delete my env keys. So it starts with a fresh installation, and I say dotenvx encrypt, but now I refer to the file name. I will encrypt the development file, I will encrypt the production file, and now if you take a look at the .env.keys, you will see you have two sets of variables. What I also need to do now is go back to the package.json, and with the .envx run command, I will need to say --convention equals Next.js. So why this is necessary? Because Next.js has a very specific way to load .env files. So it will first load the default .env, then it will load the .env.development, and the most priority the .env.production has. So based on your environment, like what the node env variable is, like its development production, Next.js will try to recognize that, okay, this is a production environment, and it will load the .env files appropriately. Now with this, my environment should be ready to read these files. If I run npm run dev, it will run this from the development file. And interestingly, if I say node env is equals production, and I say npm run dev, then it will consume the production secret.